We have today with us Michelle Lee Myrter, and she's a top level business coach with something called the bank system. But we really want to get to know Michelle really well today. And that she had a life journey just to get to where she is and what she's been able to accomplish and the people she's helped. Michelle, could you just start with a little bit about your life journey there and have a little fun just telling us a little bit about yourself and then what got you into bank? How did that come about? And how you rose through the ranks to where you are today and how you really seriously help the organization and people in general, the people you meet.
Oh, thanks, Mike. And I'm so excited to be here. It's been a long journey, but I am a single mom of two beautiful boys, 23 and 21. I have a fur baby and recently got married to my sweetheart of 15 years. So that's a little about me. How I got into this journey actually was an accident, complete accident. I had nothing to do with
Mhm.
it. The universe took control. I had many struggles in my life. And at the bottom of the barrel, I actually lost a job of 28 years. Companies went bankrupt. I had no money. I had two small kids. I had nowhere to go. And I had to rebuild my life in my 40s. Not something fun, not something I suggest. God had other plans for me. So I ended up actually starting a company from nothing. And it was in
Okay.
the industry that I knew. And I was struggling. And I was literally building this company with credit cards. I ended up going to a conference where I met the woman, Sherry Tree, who created the bank methodology. She was speaking and she blew me away in her presentation. And I said, oh my gosh, I need this because my goal was to grow my business and sell it. And so I went through the coaching program to increase my sales. In the first day, it absolutely blew me away. I had this self awareness of, first of all, I wasn't broken. And I knew what conversations my entire life went well, what didn't go well, and why. I also realized how I just blew $180,000 deal that I needed more than air itself. And the biggest takeaway I had was it saved my relationship with my oldest son because I realized I had been parenting wrong for 18 years. So at that moment, that's when I said, you know what? I knew I wanted to help people. I didn't know how. And this was going to be my way to pay this forward, help others succeed in their business faster, and also succeed with all of their relationships and become the best version of themselves.
Wow, Michelle. So this has been a life journey in of itself when you got into the bank system. It seems like it was more than just helping others and building your own business. It actually came down to family, pulling the family together and understanding the different personalities people have. And I think that's what bank is about. Could you tell us a little bit about how it divides up the personalities and how you're able to read people and what it is that makes you successful when you can 90 seconds be able to tell people the right message at the right time to get across to them that actually matches up with their personality so you get buy-in kind of thing. Could you go through a little bit about that so people understand just exactly what it's about?
Absolutely. So, bank is reverse engineered personality science. It's the
Oh,
only methodology in the world that's scientifically validated to predict buying behavior and buy in behavior in less than 90 seconds. So when you look at bank, every single human is made up of all four of those codes. You have your blueprint, they're inside the box. They need structure, stability, systems, planning. They follow the rules. If you say rules are meant to be followed, probably high in the blueprint. Then you have your action, right? They are like little firecrackers in your hands. They're the movers and shakers, millionaire makers. They're loud. You hear them before you see them. They want fun and freedom and flexibility and spontaneity, and they're all about themselves. We think we're rock stars in our own minds. So they're completely polar opposite of that blueprint personality. Then you have your nurturing. They recycled the box. They baked a pie, put it inside, wrapped it all up nice, put a bow on top, and they gave it away. They want relationships, teamwork, authenticity, personal growth, making this world a better place. They're all about the love. And then you have your knowledge. And your knowledge are like, listen, without me, you wouldn't have a box. I engineered it. Science, data, research, logic. It has to make sense. The key is that there are 24 different combinations that someone can show up based on their bank code, which mathematically makes sales seem like a numbers game.
Yeah, it does.
And every code is important. And understanding what someone's full bank code is the key to unlock your success and your relationships, because now you have someone's wiring system. So with my son, we were complete opposites from start to finish. So I knew everything about him, what he liked, what he didn't like. What I was missing was his operating system.
So people have different shades of this when you mentioned 24 different combinations. So it's really a practice science in a way, isn't it? Uh,
Absolutely.
how hard is it to learn? How much time does it take someone that joins the bank system? And is there really good support and training to get them there?
Absolutely. So we focus on results and implementation. Once you learn bank, you can't unlearn it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's a simple system, but it goes very deep. And the key is that you have to master that skill. It takes 10,000 hours to master a skill. It's think of going to a foreign country. Would you learn the language of the people or would you expect everyone to adapt to you? There's a huge
Right.
difference in learning how to say, how do you go to the bathroom or where is the bathroom, right? Than actually being able to fluently speak in a language.
I like that. That's a very good comparison when you think about being in a foreign country, and it's like that when you meet somebody the first time, and you really have to look for the signals to see what kind of what's their strengths is what is their number one personality part kind of thing. Could be a knowledge person, could be somebody who's very caring and more of a nurturing person, and how you address them is how you're going to be able to present yourself and present whatever you have to offer so that they understand it. You're not there selling them, you're there helping them buy. And that's something in sales people try to do all the time, right? And the bank system is actually giving you a leg up because you know how to communicate in the right way. Love that. Love that comparison you made there.
Thank you.
What is it that drives you now and into the future where you want to take things? Family wise and career wise.
We're all of us as code breakers are we're it's a movement. It's a movement to make people matter. Actually, there's people taking bank into the educational space. We have a program where it's each one reach one teach one, where every certification program we sell and every subscription we sell helps go to a nonprofit or a school to do a training for them so that we can all really come together and make this world a better place. My goal is to Our goal as a whole is to crack 8 billion codes. Every human has a code, and we are on a mission truly to change the world.
Wow, the world does need some improvement when you look at education and that whole thing about the kids bullying each other when they don't actually understand the communication styles or where another child's coming from. So it's really, I think, helping build empathy in everyone at every age. So putting that money and profits into education to help the world, that's quite a goal. That's a heck of a mission, really. I understand that you have a way of offering something that doesn't cost anything, but gets people oriented to what it's about. And could you tell us a little bit about what you can provide people so they can get really an idea of how it works?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have a complimentary link that they can go to and they can crack their code. The first step is self-awareness, and they'll get an amazing report all about themselves.
Oh, wow. So that's an eye opener in of itself. And then people want to get back with you after taking the test. Is there a way to contact you, like a calendar or something that we could put into the description here, into the link, so people could just jump on it and contact you and have a meeting with you? One,
Absolutely.
so you're great with one-on-ones and doing that sort of thing. I guess
Yeah,
that's how you have to do business these days, right? It's not crowds, it's one-on-one.
Yeah, absolutely. Feel free to jump on my calendar, book a 30-minute call with me. Happy to meet new people. And also, I will offer you a free complimentary social media analysis.
You've been with bank quite some time, haven't you? Because you've actually risen up the ranks and you're actually the top level business coach. So you have a lot to offer and teach people and build your own organization and be there to help them. What's that like and where are you at as far as number of people you're helping? What's your day like?
Oh, I have a beautiful day. I get to help people all
Okay.
day. Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, Mike, I'm top level, level 5 certification. And also, I just came back from conference. We were at an iconic conference. I got to meet Robin Sharma, who had flown in to do a speech there, and I actually spoke on stage. I'm one of their top trainers and coaches. And my day consists of doing group trainings, group coachings, meeting one on one with people and helping them to optimize their business and maximize the results.
You're doing it all. What was it like the first time when you get in front of a crowd and you're up there and being a speaker? Because that's a little bit of a personal growth in itself. What was it like that first time you had to do it? Well, how did you settle your nerves? How did you get in there and conquer the day? What
So
was
that
that
is,
like? What was
oh
that
my
like?
gosh. So that was a great question because I was the shyest kid you would ever meet. I would
Huh?
blow off school if I had to speak in front of the class. I couldn't stand up in front of people at all. And the way my journey progressed, I ended up having to speak in front of people actually before I even started bank. So I
Hmm.
kind of came out of my shell a little bit there. And then it was just, you do it. And once you keep doing it, you always get nervous up there. What am I, if
Oh,
I'm going to
sure.
fall or, but what, I always tap into my action. So I may play some really loud music before I go up there or just jump around, whatever it is. Just get
Little
out of,
mindset. Yeah, a little mindset, right?
yeah,
Yeah, that's probably the way to get your head straight. There's the speech that you heard in your own head, and sometimes we beat up on ourselves thinking, "Oh, I should have done this, should have done that," when really it's the it's the speech you actually delivered is different than what you might have thought what you were going to say because it just changes in the moment. You have to be in the moment, really, if I understand it. And then there's the other side of the coin. It's what the audience heard. So you may think you've done terrible or you could have improved this and that, but if you get feedback from the audience, I'd say 99 out of 100 times you're going to find out that you did a fantastic job, better than you thought you did. Because sometimes we're harder on ourselves. And that might be true no matter which personality in the bank system that you belong to. There's something about getting in front of an audience and doing that. And it's getting in the batter's box, and you're either going to, you feel like you're going to strike out sometimes, or you only got a base hit instead of knocking it out of the park. But the people, the audience will tell you, Michelle, you knocked it out of the park. That's when you know you've reached people because sometimes you don't know yourself how well it was done. So
yeah,
there's something about that in front of audiences, I think, that you've become a little bit of a master. You could teach others this, couldn't you?
absolutely. And we actually do teach others how to include all 4 personalities when you're
Mm.
speaking to a large group.
Oh, that's hitting the nail on the head. You have to address everyone. So you have to build what you're going to say that addresses each person's strengths
Yeah,
with the personality code. What did you call it? You called it cracking the code. I
cracking the
thought that
code.
was cracking the code. I thought that's great. I want to thank you for the time that we spent today to get to know more about the bank system and how critical it is to get communication right, that we can go through life even with our own family members and wonder why there's strife there. So just taking the bank system itself and learning it, it's it's a golden path to happiness when it comes to the family of finding out how come I'm having so much trouble with one kid and not the other. That kind of thing that goes on between families and bringing families together. There's so much distraction going on that you need to be able to communicate on the same level with the kids and
Yeah,
husbands and spouses, the whole game. And I'll be sure to put some notes in there for everyone so that they know how to contact you and take that to crack their own code and have some fun with that. This sounds good. Thanks again, Michelle.
thank you so much, Mike.